Okay, so we're here with the Way Life fam. We're back. We're going to call this season 3, episode uno. With Wyatt Michael. He sings. He was just recently on The Voice. And that's cool. But you are like a crooner style singer. Is that an offensive word? Because it kind of sounds like slang to me. He's a crooner.
No, it's not. No.
So if someone calls you a crooner, what do you call it?
I don't know. Some people have different classifications. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's your classification?
I just tell people in just a general vague term, I'm a jazz singer. And if they even like jazz or kind of know what that means or want to hear more, then I'll kind of break it down further and, big band stuff or
yes.
I'm not really into the, like freeform jazz or like scatting, stuff like that. I like kind of a song structure and a story to the lyrics,
Absolutely.
But yeah, people have their own terms for it, but nothing really offends me, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. When I say crooner, I'm like, that just sounds kind of like slangy. Just like, I don't know.
No, that's not the worst of them, no.
That's not the worst of them, no? Well, I freaking find it fascinating because it's so good. And it's like a dated kind of, it's not dated. It's like, but you think about it, we really rose in the, 40s, 50s? Or was it later than that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anything, earlier too.
I know Ricky Ricardo from I Love Lucy.
Right.
You a fan of that show?
I haven't seen it really.
And just to clarify, I don't know him. I think he's dead now. Because that's, well, I don't want to like.
I have no knowledge of that.
What? Who's that guy? Desi Arnaz. Boom, man! I need to go on that the Chase show.
I don't know that one either.
It's like a trivia show. You need to go on Jeopardy. Remember, you know how good I am at Jeopardy, right, Mitch?
Do they have a new host yet for Jeopardy?
Wait, what?
Do they have a new host yet for Jeopardy? Is that still?
I don't know. I think they're just kind of doing like a rotation thing. Anyways, dude, I really think it's really cool. So you play around town, and do you have a band?
I do somewhat. With jazz, it's kind of you get into the area of hired guns kind of thing, where if you need someone for a gig, you can get a piano player from this part of town or whatever.
Mercenaries.
Right, exactly. But I'm trying to find like a steady band, and I think I have to some extent. The guitarist, I'm not sure if you know him, Chris Whiteman, lives over here in Richmond. He's very, very talented.
Chris Whiteman?
Whiteman, yeah. We met, I think, 3 years ago, and just kind of hit it off. And he's been kind of, at that time, I was really, really new to the genre. So he was kind of like a mentor and helped me learn more about it as far as the song structure and, how it's done. Because I was coming from the rock world where...
Rock and roll.
Yeah, it didn't really
That's right. You said you said you were in a rock band.
Yeah.
And then there was like a weird cut away. Like you were like, or in the version of your voice audition that I saw, you were like, yeah, I'm in a rock band. And then they just like cut it. and then they're like, so who do you pick as your coach? And I'm like, wait a minute. What did he say? So was that just like a promo version of it? Or is there like a whole version where you get to hear what you said? Or was it just like...
Well, where did you watch that? Was that on YouTube or did you watch it live?
I watched like 3 episodes of The Voice waiting for your performance. I think it was you, right? Wait, which episode were you on?
Like 5.
Yeah. I watched like 3 or 4 of them, and you never came on. And then like and then everyone's like, it happened, and I'm like, oh shit. So I did. So then I watched it on YouTube. Yeah.
Or you would not believe the amount of messages that you get asking, wait, are you going to be on tonight? Do you know who's, it's like...
It seems like an incredible phenomenon because I have another friend, his name's Sid Kingsley, and he was on The Voice the previous season. He played piano. He sang Don't Think Twice. It's all right. He turned 3.
I think vaguely, I remember.
Sid Kingsley, if you want to look him up. He's a performer around town, or he was in Richmond, and I don't know where he is now. I'm guessing, unless I saw he was in Colorado, but I think he's a rambling man now.
Gotcha.
Trying to make a living and doing the best he can. Actually, he's making a great living, and he's a wonderful musician that you should check out. But Yeah, he turned three chairs, and he went on to like get traded to a different team, and then traded to another team, and then stolen by another. It was like the crazy. So he gets to the live show, and then he like lost on the first live show, and I was just like, oh man, they did him dirty though. They did him dirty. They like talked about his like. I'm sorry if he's listening to this. I'm so sorry, Sid. They did him dirty because like they talked up his teammates. Like the guy that was going after him, they were like, how is he not the winner? How is he absolutely not the winner? And I'm just like, dude, like, come on, man. You are totally leading the audience here to pick this guy and send my friend home. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? He got kind of the can. And I guess it just freaking now I'm kind of like, now I kind of feel bad, but I got to ask, I want to know. I have a few questions, just some specific questions. So you were on Team Clarkson.
Yeah.
How much did you actually interact with Kelly Clarkson?
I saw her, including the blind audition, 3 times.
3 times for like a duration of what time? Like she like coached you on something,
3 or
right?
4 times. No.
No. We're getting to it.
It was about maybe. Well, there's a rehearsal for the next stage. So like the actual blind audition, which actually you talk a lot more to them than what you see on TV. You're there for about 10 minutes just talking and.
Oh, well, that's actually really cool like that you get to like, have that interaction. That must have been that must have been like surreal, huh?
It was, yeah, but it was kind of like, it was a surprise because, you watch those on YouTube or TV and they're like, 5 minutes or less,
Yeah, dude, I have so many questions. Oh my God. And a lot of them aren't like trying to catch you catch you and telling me about how fake it is. Actually, what I want to know is when they did the turnaround in the chair, does it make a loud ass noise and does it like screw you up?
No. Depending on who you are, it might screw you up, but you can't really hear anything.
Did you have in-ears in?
No. You only get the in-ears if you go to the live shows.
Did you have like a monitor? Like how did it work? What was the setup?
Yeah, so they had, I think they change it every 2 years or something like that. But this year we had monitors in the stage, kind of like around each side of us. There's a couple in the front, a couple on the sides. I'm not sure if there's one in the back or not. But yeah, it was just monitors in the floor, and we had to kind of stay in a certain area to hear it.
Oh, okay. So you couldn't like walk around and party?
You could, but as soon as you obviously you left that line where the sound was coming from, you couldn't hear
screwed
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to mess it up.
Yeah.
So if you mess up, can you be like, all right, let's do this one more time?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
I don't want to try it out, but no, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. And so why did you pick Kelly Clarkson over Ariana Grande?
It was just what she said, basically. It was everything that our views seemed to align as far as jazz.
And so like they said a whole lot more than what we saw on TV. So that played a role in your decision as well. Is that what you're saying?
A little bit. And it's funny because some of the things that they said in order as you're watching it on TV was not the order that was said live. Like John Legend commenting on my tie was right before I picked the coach, and it was at the beginning on TV. But yeah, Kelly was just talking about, she mentioned doing a duet, the song Something Stupid that Frank and Nancy Sinatra did. And she was talking about how the music is timeless. And yeah, that's what I thought too. Talking about the timeless music. And she mentioned the phrasing and certain, storytelling, certain things that kind of click in my head too. And Ariana basically, I was actually going to choose her at first because my girlfriend is a huge fan of hers too.
Yeah, you mentioned that on the show, I think.
Yeah, but she wanted to change genres for me. So I feel like in the battle rounds, she wanted to see what else I could do, which would have been good in the competition.
Sure.
But I didn't want
You want to stay true to what you're trying to do, man.
Yeah, it's that. And pop music is just, I don't know, I feel like if you can sing, kind of anyone can sing pop music in a way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
It's kind of a different, not everyone can sing jazz. And
yes, that's true. And man, I don't know. So I guess my other question is, that's like, you have an incredible timbre to your voice.
Thank you.
I notice, like, here's the example, because I mean, I know you can sing for real. There's like no really, I just want to ask this question, if there's any knowledge that you have that they do any kind of doctoring to it at all.
Yes.
Thank you. I knew it.
For a fact. Yes.
It doesn't, because I know this for a fact, because there's this show called, oh God, it's that mystery show where the celebrities are in the costumes.
Oh, The Masked Singer. That's the stupidest show I've ever.
I know. I watched like 3 episodes of it. I don't know. I want to know who it was. But then I have a keen.
But that's the whole, like, that's it.
It's
like
auto-tune.
once you find out, it's like, you know what I mean. I don't understand the point of that show, or like the once you figure it out, it's like, oh, it's that like they're already celebrities too. It's like, it's kind of, I don't know. For me, it's just like a waste of time.
Yeah, but I had a keen ear to it, and I heard auto-tune just out the freaking wazoo on these people, and they're oh, sounds so good. I was like, man, do you realize that this is like live tune? It's like, man, where do I get a live tuner like that? Because I mean, if you sing good, it's undetectable. But if you sing as bad as these celebrities were singing, it is so fucking obvious that they did some doctoring to it.
Yeah, and I, you know, especially for those that work, like I use Melodyne and fix people's vocals and send it back like all the time. So if you have an ear for that.
You're talking to the guy who, have you heard my album? Spoiler alert. None of that's real, dog. I just, it sounded like Britney Spears in that one episode of South Park where she lost half of her head. But then Mitch works on that. That's not true. It's something you gotta use, man, if you're trying to make industry standard stuff.
Yeah, the important thing is, like, you know, because you're trying to make the best product possible, you know. So in the studio, you shouldn't feel like it's, you know, it's a curse to use it, but to be able to do it live still and keep it, you know, relatively close is important.
I used to, when I was younger, and by younger I mean like 23, back in the day.
How old are you now?
I'm 32.
Oh, wow, okay.
Wait, how old are you?
25.
Nice. Well, you still got so much of your life ahead of you, and mine's kind of over. So anyway, so just like in the entertainment business, you know, they're like, man, you just get that first gray hair, and they're like, no, screw this, dude. All right. But anyway, I used to compete in karaoke contests, right? Mm-hmm. And I learned something in those karaoke contests that kind of helped me out with the music industry, for, you know, that I learned firsthand this stuff. So I wrote this little thing out. I just want to read it to you and ask you what you think, okay?
Okay.
Competing in a karaoke contest is a wonderful way to learn about what the music industry is like. It's a compartmentalized look inside the politics that are behind the scenes. The true misery and despair you end up feeling after you win, in place of the glory you once imagined while you were filling out the sign-up sheet. In a karaoke contest, there are 3 criteria: vocal performance, stage presence, applause. On the surface, this sounds like a solid list of criteria until you think about how to find loopholes in the system. These 3 rules are all up front. If you really want to win a karaoke contest, you got to follow the real rules. Rule number 1, have a personal relationship with one or all of the judges. 2, do anything to get attention, anything that doesn't actually involve singing well. Wear a crazy outfit or dance around on a table like a maniac. That ought to do the trick. That's what I added. 3, stack the crowd with people who will cheer for you loudly. Buy a round of drinks for the whole building. Money isn't an object. You need to win this contest. Pay them to act like they love you. And this is the real way to win. Anyway, so this is what I wrote about, because anyways, you go, when, at least me, I was a empty-minded, stupid kid who was like, oh, cool. This is going to be a contest to see who the better singer is. Oh, hell no, it's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you find out and you're like, you got to be kidding me. This girl strapped a dildo to her head and she beat me. That's why she won. You understand? But anyway, what do you think of that analogy or analysis?
It's Yeah, I mean, most of it definitely has some merit, and I think
Maybe not the dildo thing. That didn't really happen.
that's why I said most of it. I think on the Voice, it's everyone's there because they can sing. You know what I mean?
Of
so
course.
it's not.
Of course.
It's more. It becomes at that point more about the story. I feel, and people with the kind of, unfortunately now, like cliche, person who's
Mom's
been
got
through
cancer.
Yeah, like been through some hard times and stuff, and it's all the same kind of thing.
Well, then I'd win the whole show. I got to tell you some stuff about what happened to me.
Well, you should go for it, man.
No. See, because I don't want to do it because I have all original sets and stuff. And I guess maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, because this is me. I'm just going to talk about what I think of The Voice personally, and maybe you can tell me, well, no, it's not like that. Or maybe you can say it is like that. I don't do covers, man. I just don't. When I do a live ticketed show or something, you come and you see, I've done one cover before because I thought it would be like an anomaly where they go, holy shit, he's doing a cover? Not, oh, duh, of course he's doing a cover. I don't want to be that guy. Right. I'm selling my music that I wrote. I'm like a writer and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I can sing some soul. I can actually I'm kind of a chameleon with it. Mm-hmm. I can sing a different style. I don't know about jazz though. I'd have to really, that's because you're right about that. It is a really interesting style that you have to really commit to. And I don't want to insult you by saying I can do it because I don't know if I can. So why would I claim something? Because I've never actually tried. But what I'm saying is I think I could fare well on the show. I think I could turn some chairs. I'd pick the right song. I think I'd do Jolene by Ray LaMontagne on the guitar. Sing it all solely. Mitch is smiling because he's like, dude, if you went on there, you would fucking bomb. Well, thank you, Mitch. I can see it. But whatever. No, I don't want to go in there because I don't want them to take part of my pie. I don't want to contractually sign away any of my art.
Yeah, the contract is could be problematic depending on your situation. I'll just say that. I don't know how much I can say, but and I mean they also, starting from the fakeness, of the reality TV.
Well, of course, that's all reality TV shows, and it's pretty well known that you have, that it's not all, you have to do certain things that are formulaic. What's the word? Whatever, fuck it. You have to do a lot of, you have to follow a formula, and sometimes, I mean, that there's some not genuine stuff. But I'm just curious as to how ungenuine truly is it? And that one question I asked, she's like, how many times did you see Kelly Clarkson? Do you know?
Yeah, it's funny the range of people that, some people that know it's fake, or you get the people that message me asking for, saying I have Kelly Clarkson's phone number and stuff. You know what I mean? It's it's just not realistic.
Well, I mean, I'm also... I'm kind of in the business in a way, not on that scale, but I've seen some behind the scenes weirdness in my life.
Yeah. But so as far as the blind auditions go, there's reasons why I say this, which I don't know if I can say, so I won't, but I am 99% convinced they know who's turning around and what they're going to ask the person.
Oh, really?
Before you even sing. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I can get behind that because, dude, I'm just seeing. I saw this one video of a guy auditioning where he said one syllable is pow 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 pow, and they all turned around immediately. I was like, dude, give the guy a chance.
It's strange. I guess I can tell you from my own personal experience. So before I go out there, they say, the producers come up and they're like, so if anyone turns around, if they talk about, you being a rock band, or is this your first kind of genre, they basically said, try to bring up the fact that you were in a rock band in a organic way if they ask about it. I was like, okay. Anyway, so, they turn around and then Kelly asked me, has this always been your genre? It's just kind of
dude, that sounds so spot on to what I thought it was.
And this is the part that kind of pushed it over the edge. Some of the other contestants and I were out to dinner after, and everybody who did not turn a chair, that they talked to, the producers never said anything like that. They just said, "Good luck, go out there and have fun."
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that's good to know. So if I ever go on the show, I'll know if I'm turning that chair. So I can
I don't know if that was like an industry secret or not, but it's.
Well, it's not surprising.
No, I mean,
Does that sound surprising to you, Mitch? No, it's not
right,
surprising.
I think really smart people can just kind of figure, like, all the questions that they ask are super,
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't take away from the fact that I think you're a really great singer. I think you deserve to be on that show. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, no, it was kind of like, I knew going into it how weird it was, so I was just having fun with it. I feel bad for the younger kids, or like the minors that go on just with these stars in their eyes, thinking like they don't have any
experience with shit like that.
Yeah, and they don't know anything about that. They just think that it's all super real, and they get like mentally damaged from it if it goes wrong or something like that. You know what I mean? That's
yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's a great message, actually, for people listening. Like, you're gonna get rejected like all the time. It's never really personal. But so when you first reached out, you want to come on the show a while back. I was like, yeah, we're gonna have him on, and then we ended up having a hiatus for the longest period of time. And then when we started doing it again, we're at Go West because I want to promote his studio and stuff like that. That was like a year later, and then so we started doing like 5 or 6 episodes. I don't know. I guess we got to like 12, wherever we were in that season. And you're going on The Voice. I was like, man, I got to talk to him now. It was like a solid reminder, like, oh yeah, I was going to have him on. Because I mean, it's very interesting what you do. I've watched a couple of your Instagram live videos. You go live on Instagram while or at least it's one point, at this one time you were at a gig. I saw you sing. I saw you sing live on Instagram. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because you seem to.
I don't remember. I don't go live nearly as much as I want to.
You should.
But I
saw you do it once. You did, right? Or am I freaking wrong?
I did go live at a show a couple of times. The only reason I stopped was because Instagram usually takes it down after about 5 or 6 songs because they're copyrighted, and then so it just shuts it down. It was like, we've detected, blah blah blah. I was like,
oh, they say that,
stream. Yeah, or at least they did. I don't know. Like when I did it, I stopped at least playing the music in the background because of that fact.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah,
that's
Facebook
unfair.
does the same thing.
Do you have original music?
I do.
Have you written like original jazz stuff?
I have. The thing is, like, I can't play jazz guitar like nearly as well as Chris can. So Chris Whiteman, the
oh, that's right. You mentioned him before. I'm sorry.
So it's one of those things where I'm not even going to try. You know what I mean? And plus, he has all the knowledge of the jazz music theory and what kind of voicings and harmonies to put in there. And I just write the melodies and sort of the song structure. And I just kind of send it to him and to see what he thinks of it first of all, and then he can find the right chords and stuff, and then we kind of meet up afterwards and see what happens. But yeah, there's about, as of right now, I would assume maybe about 15 original jazz songs I've written, and pop music is over 100 easily. They're just so easy to write.
You write pop songs?
I do, yeah. In my home studio, I just write and produce music for other people. I've done a few things for previous contestants from the show.
Really?
In season 18, when I met those guys there.
You're a writer, like a songwriter, and you sell songs to people?
Yes, yeah.
Holy shit! I'm trying to finish an album right now. We need to link up.
Jeez, let's do it.
Holy crap! I'm getting lazier by the damn day. I'm just like, you know what? I need to freaking need someone to run some stuff by it. Well, then you need to share some stuff with me, man, so I can like see what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I look like all kinds of genres.
Why don't we talk more? Jeez Louises.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know all this stuff about you. I'm so glad you came on the show. But you're a fascinatingly talented dude. Also, I really like your swag, dude. That shine on those shoes. You got the gold ring on. I'm freaking jelly about that. I want a gold ring so bad.
I need...
you definitely look the part at least.
I need more shoes. I need different shoes. These are getting kind of worn out.
Yeah, well, they're shinier than any shoes I'd ever wear.
And actually, fun fact, everything on the show from the voice when I auditioned. Everything that I was wearing was mine that I brought from home. So.
Oh yeah. Sid mentioned that. He mentioned that the hat he was wearing, he bought at like a thrift store or something like that. So you just walk out. That's what you're wearing. They don't give you a wardrobe.
Go to wardrobe, but they ask you to bring your own stuff to see kind of A, if they can take anything from it, or B, like what your kind of style is to see if they can supplement it with anything they have.
And but what you were wearing was pretty spiffy. I liked it.
I had more, better looking jackets too, but they said it was too much for the blind audition. Because it's supposed to look like, they just kind of pulls you off the street or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, you're trying to look like you got pulled off the street.
Yeah, in a pink suit.
Man, I was just, because obviously I had that experience with The Voice, and I just, when I auditioned, and people at home can find this story in another episode. I'm really sick of telling it.
Yeah. It seems like we had the same sort of experience. And just as a blanket statement, I don't mean to necessarily talk bad about the show. I'm just I'm the guy.
They did a great thing for you. I mean, they got you exposure, and I'm sure it was a really good time. It was really fun for probably your friends and family to see you on TV. It must have been amazing for you to get all those messages and stuff. And it's something that I would consider doing it if I knew I was going to be like going straight to the blind audition, and not having to go through all the crap.
But I'm the kind of guy that's like really super honest, so I'll tell you everything good about it, and as well as the things that are kind of messed up with it.
I'm just so you know, I acknowledge that there are pros here.
Yeah,
but I'm interested in the cons, really.
Because the pros are all you hear generally, So
exactly.
It's
This is gonna do. So many people are gonna listen to this album, or not album. What are we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. So many people are gonna listen to this episode. I don't want to market it in a slimy way. What's the headline for this? Wyatt Michael opens up about his... No, that's not going to be it at all. That'd be freaking...
It's like those articles that...
Yeah, exactly. Those freaking clickbaits. Exactly. It's all clickbait. But I've been thinking, how do I participate in this clickbait shit? One of my friend Matt a long time ago was like, dude, why don't you and me, we start up a beef? And I was like, that's a great idea. And we're just like going at each other on Facebook. No, fuck you, man. No, fuck you. And everybody's like, dude, what's wrong with you people? Like, be civilized. We're a community. He's like, but he's a fucking, he. And just like go at each other. And it's a publicity stunt. It's like, how do you play this game? Because it's only when you play the game when you start actually getting recognition and stuff. When you sell your soul... And it's like, it's not what you signed up for. And it comes back to that karaoke analogy that I was making. Yeah. You signed up for a fair, straight shooting competition to see how But now you got people buying plays on Spotify. You got people buying, buying placements for awards. You don't even know, man. You watch like the Oscars. How much did that movie pay for that Oscar? That's what you're fucking thinking to yourself now. It's all fake. There's no Santa Claus. There's no Easter Bunny. Damn it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and it just it's kind of disheartening.
Yeah.
But I guess like what would you say is your motivator to keep going, knowing all this information?
I want anyone who hears me or kind of, knows me or becomes a fan, I want them to know that if you see me live or anything like that, it's everything that I do is 100% genuine.
Boom.
And I'll tell you, what is or what's not. If I use Melodyne or something for a song, like I'll tell you. But live, everything is live.
Everything's live. That's the best. That's the best place to see and determined. Like you hear about bands, and you're like, yeah, they suck live. Like my friend goes, yeah, I like Modest Mouse, but they suck live. That's what he told me. Apparently, Modest Mouse sucks live. You didn't hear it from me. Well, you did, but I can't verify it if it's a fact. I'm so sorry to any Modest Mouse fans out there. Maybe we'll just beep that out. No, I'm just kidding.
They need to hear the truth, right?
You need to hear the truth. But thank you. That's just the best answer because it's so. I think that authenticity will ultimately win against these tricky little games that people are playing, and they're doing it on the small level too. like in the Richmond music scene even. There's some weird things coming up and seeming weird. I'll tell you about that later also. It's just something I can't talk about because I don't want to look like a freaking total asshole. But I'm a little bit upset about something that just recently happened, and I wish I could just freaking... wish I could just say it right now. I want to say, fuck all of you pieces of shit. You fucking idiots, you deaf bastards. Okay, anyway, but I can't.
Yeah.
Even though I just did.
Right.
That was the Trumpiest thing I've ever done in my life. I don't want to say he's a loser, but what am I going to say? He's a fucking loser. No, I'm not saying he's a loser, but I mean he's a fucking loser. Okay, anyway. No one's going to catch me saying he's a loser. Fucking loser. Anyway, that's the worst Trump impression of all time. So, what do you have planned for the future? What do you got going? Like, what's the next move? Obviously, you're going to keep on doing this freaking writing thing, which is sick.
Yeah. I'm not sure how familiar you are with, like songwriters from back in the day. But do you know who David Mann is?
No.
So he wrote. Do you know the song "In the Wee Small Hours of the Morning"?
In the wee small hours of the morning. Yeah, sure. No, I'm kidding. What is it? I'm sorry, please.
That was pretty close. It was just all in different keys, but
different keys. Yes.
It's been covered a bunch of times. Do you actually know it or no?
No, I do not. I'm sorry. I lied.
It was surprisingly close. In the wee small hours of the morning. Da, 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 da. Anyway,
please, do you have a playlist or something? Can you please send me a playlist that you've made? Because I need an escape from what I normally listen to.
Yeah, that's actually on my first record.
I have. Oh yeah, you have stuff out.
I do, yeah. Actually, so the David Mann guy is a really legendary composer. He wrote that song for Sinatra and wrote No Moon at All and a few other standards that we still sing today. Anyway, my guitarist Chris and we have a really good relationship with his son, Sam. And he gave us a bunch of his dad's old music that was never released that he wrote in, that time, anywhere from like the 50s to 80s.
Yeah.
That they would sing at dinner parties and stuff. So there's some real gems in there, just handwritten sheet music and lyrics for these great, high quality standards that the world's never heard or seen, And so he gave us those to release them and to finish them.
So you're going to do that?
Yeah. And so we have a couple on the first record, which
is so cool.
It's incredible. It should be like in a museum.
That is insanely cool. Wow.
And like Carolyn Lee and just Bob Hilliard, all these great songwriters from back in the day are on these, and there's a couple from the first record. Paris is the Same Old Paris is one, and The Sad and the Weird, we kind of capped the record with those two. But they're just really incredible, and there's so many more that we're going to include on the next record, which we're working on right now. It's in pre-production. But there's a really nice producer out in LA named John Parenti, and he's helping us with that, the pre-production, and getting stuff together to record it at Capitol with horns and strings and doing it right. And so we're gonna have some of the David Mann tunes, some more of those. There's gonna be some originals and obviously some of the standards and typical jazz covers, kind of
wicked.
Reimagined. Oh yeah, it's great. And we have the drummer Emre Kartari. He's from Turkey. He's amazing. I've been spoiled playing with these guys.
Yeah, I have to come out and see you.
They're amazing.
Live. And when's your next thing?
For the most part now it's private events and weddings and stuff like that. I played at the Tin Pan a couple weeks ago or something, but
I've been meaning to try to play at the Tin Pan. I'm friends with the guy that books it. I just never asked.
Oh, it's funny actually. When we were at that show, the sound guy was, after I said my story or whatever, in between songs, talking to the audience, he comes up after and he's like, we we were the band that you guys opened for. You opened for us at the National when you played in a rock band. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a long time ago in a really small world. But yeah, he played in that band that we opened for.
I have to go back to that question because I don't know if you fully answered it. Did they cut your rock band story out of the television version of your audition? Or was that just the YouTube version where you're like, I was in a rock band and then it just cuts? It's
I think for YouTube they cut it short, but also that interview was just cut to shit. To be fair, I didn't really help them out at all, you know?
Well, I'm sure you're probably like, I don't know. I would be nervous as shit if I was like talking to Kelly Clarkson, if I'm being honest.
No, I mean, it was just like the producers, because you do that whole interview, like the whole process of, you know, them filming the interview and then like walking up backstage and all those things are filmed over the course of like 2 weeks or a week and a half.
Oh, really?
You have to put on the suit every time, makeup, and make sure everything's the same. And then, you do different days of shooting, all those things.
Why?
So we did like the interview day, and I guess it's for people who get nervous or I don't know. But yeah, we did.
But so that made it so you were less nervous?
I mean, not me, but I guess other people.
So you weren't nervous, right?
Nah, I mean, I've sang Mac the Knife countless times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you sounded incredible.
I sing it so much that, I do certain things on purpose. That's how I know for a fact that it was doctored after, because I was watching it on TV and there's a line that they tuned to descend 3 notes, but I kept it the same note live. And I know what I did live, and I do it every time. So that's when I was like, so they fixed that.
They made it more technical? They made you sound a whole lot better? Like they made you sound like you were doing cool shit when you weren't? Wait, what are you saying?
No, it was, so there's a line, and he keeps it out of sight, like it's da-da-da, is what I usually do. And they tuned it on the TV, so it goes out of sight, like they went down 3 notes. Instead. So like they that's how I knew for sure that they were tuning the vocals.
Of course, but I knew it too when I heard it. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be, because if you were going to tell me that you sang that legit, I was going to be like, oh, I need to listen to that again.
Yeah.
But when I heard it, I had already determined that way. Yeah, it sounds like they doctored that, and it's like that. But I have like I don't have a trained ear, but I use that shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's like it takes one to know one. I don't know. You know what I mean? I kind of, it's just a fascinating freaking thing. Because my family, I have a cousin. His name is David, and he's an asshole. Okay. I'm going to say his name because he's not going to listen to this. He doesn't support me at all. He goes, yeah, well, you didn't even make it on The Voice. You think you're such a freaking hot shot? Well, you couldn't even get on The Voice. So next time you think you're so cool when you're like on an airport runway, we know, whatever. Basically what I'm saying is my family gauges success in music on how far you could go on The Voice.
Yeah.
They have drank the Kool-Aid, if you will. The Voice has had this effect on society where they believe, like they make people believe in Santa again. I'm having a hard time articulating exactly what I'm trying to say here.
I know what you mean. Venues are kind of the same way. Exactly. I have that footage now.
Yeah.
It's never I've always sounded the same. You know what I mean? Within the past couple of years. So it's not like I got better from the show. So, but now you send in that video and they're like, oh, there's the NBC logo. Well, yeah, we'll hire you because you must be good.
Exactly.
There's kind of like
you are good, and you deserve the
logo. People don't care until it's like, I see what you mean.
But it's exactly right. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. And if anyone out there is listening and feels the same stress that I do, you don't need all these freaking huge credentials. But then again, you kind of do. Because if you want to get hired by these venues, like you're saying. I don't exactly go around flaunting the fact that I was in Billboard magazine, but I was. All right? So, whatever. Okay, so hey, man, do you want to plug some things? I need, this is your moment to shine. This camera, this camera, this camera. I'm kidding. That's a different show. So I was going to... Yeah, time to roll out the red carpet for you, and we're getting sued for saying that.
I mean, not really too much. I have my old record that was a duo record with my guitarist Chris. In 2019, it featured some of those songs that were never released before, as well as originals. It's a nice entrance, you know. But now I have this new project I'm working on. I don't have any dates for that because we're still working on it. But I'm willing to spend more time on it to make it right. You know what I mean? Instead of rushing it and that. But hopefully we're gonna get we're talking to a well-known arranger who's done work with Bublé and Rod Stewart, I think Tony Bennett, a few other, you know, huge names. And I have the privilege of being friends now with Paul Langosh, who was Tony Bennett's bass player for over 20 years. He's done incredible projects.
That's so cool, dude. Very cool.
So he was actually at the Tin Pan as well.
Wow.
But yeah, just hearing all his stories was great. But anyway, that's a different thing. I mean, due to COVID, you know, I'm sure you know that there's not too many public gigs unless you're a pretty big name and can draw a huge crowd, which is kind of ironic. But
yeah, I mean, I've had a couple shows, but I'm not that big, so.
Well, yeah, there's like, you know, here and there and stuff, but it's not like it was.
Yeah, it's not like it was at all. You're definitely right about that. But they can follow you on Instagram, Wyatt Michael Sings.
Basically every social media platform is Wyatt Michael Sings. Twitter, although I never use Twitter.
Me either. But I'm on Twitter. I'll follow you on Twitter.
You know what's amazing? The name It's Wyatt Michael was not taken, so I have that. Can you believe
on Twitter,
that?
it's Wyatt Michael?
It's Wyatt Michael was not taken.
Can you believe this? Jonathan Facka wasn't taken.
I can believe that.
Okay, great. Well, hey, Wyatt, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I'm going to say a stupid tagline at the end. I think you might know what it is, but I'm going to say it because I always say it at the end of every show.
All right.
Thanks for coming. Very much appreciate it. I'm stalling because I forgot what it is. Oh, yeah. This has been The Way Life Am, and that's just the way that it am.